Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gilbert, and originally I was planning to start up Mega Man 04 here, but that changed when I was getting ready to do my practice run, and I couldn't find my copy of Mega Man 04 for the Game Boy Advance, so I ended up playing Fusion instead, because at the time I just wanted to play something, and I just figured I'd get my practice run started. But you know, I just wanted to play something, so I popped in Fusion, and yeah, as I was playing Fusion, I realized that there were some points I wanted to make about it, and I want to do it while it's still fresh in my mind. So yeah, let's get this started. Let me see here. So yeah, this is the practice run I just did, which is abysmal. I'm gonna be utilizing both of these save slots eventually. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and start, and we're gonna start over. I'm not going to erase it because I want my counter. I'd been assigned to watch over biologic research team, so I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. Boy. Already, I have a problem with the game. I don't hate this game, don't get me wrong, but you'll see. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. I could do it like this and make fun of other but I'm not going to do that. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. They could have come up with a better name than X. I'm sorry, but X is just a very poor name. They should have been more creative. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then, someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. We'll soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to Biologic Space Labs, or BSL research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion had rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CO is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. It makes me recall my other CO. Alright. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR3D8, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way, uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now, go to the quarantine bay. Okay, so let's start off with the beginning. The point of this Let's Play, and I'm going to prove this, is that a lot of people say Other M ruined Metroid. That is incorrect. Metroid Fusion here did the exact same thing as Other M, and did it long before, and no one complained. Now let's go ahead and talk here real quick. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. Yeah, so you know, Other M has Samus not using any of her powers, though she, you know, doesn't have them, but still. It's a very similar situation. Samus... Alright, sorry, let's start off from... Let me go back here, because we're not to that point yet. Right from the start, Samus says, I was assigned to watch over the scientists from BSL on SR388. As if she's not a bounty hunter, as if she's somehow part of the Federation and she has to obey their orders. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue the free X parasites whenever you possibly can. This station has become home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now, get going. I have released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. Okay. So, right at the start, she starts off by saying she was assigned to watch the scientists. And then the I'm sorry. The wrong way. Jesus. The X-Infector. And she is being sent to the BSL station. She didn't take a job. She didn't take the job. She didn't volunteer to go check it out. She was sent to go do it. As if she's a Federation soldier. She's not. She's a bounty hunter. They can't order her to do jack shit, and yet in this game is treating her like they can. I have received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. Is your objective clear? With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Yeah, so Samus is a bounty hunter, and yet this game is no different than Other M. No, Samus's thing. The computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CO I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. For anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. So already I have issues with this. I take issue with the way, not this game necessarily, because I'm fine with this game. It's not my least favorite, but it has the same things in it that Other M has that bother me. And no one calls this game out for it. Everyone just everyone slams on Other M, saying it ruined Metroid, doing all these things that Metroid had never that were stupid and blah blah blah. But this game does the same thing. The downloadable weapons data, that's not really any different than Adam saying you are or are not authorized to use this. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use the recharge room or absorb a special type of X-parasite. You'll see them. Try it out. Is your objective clear? Notice, missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Notice that the special type of X-parasite, he highlighted it in green. That means we have to absorb green X-parasites to restore missiles, and I'm sucking. But yes, the downloadable weapons data is no different than Adam's authorization crap. It's the exact same thing. And no, it does not matter that technically Samus had all the upgrades in Other M, that she was just choosing not to activate them. That doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. The fact is that in this game, she cannot use what the Federation does not send her, aside from the few things that she manages to find on her own. Which in this game, she finds quite a few, but sorry, focusing on other things. But she found some in, don't forget, she found some upgrades in Other M as well. You know, not everything was completely authorized. There were a couple upgrades that she found on her own. So, yeah, this is no different. It's the same thing. You have the Federation ordering Samus around. You have Samus not using powers until they say they can, or they say that she can. If you're playing this game, if you've played this game before, don't miss that energy tank there. It is a pain in the ass if you do. I should really stop now, but because of the long opening, I'm gonna keep going. Arachnus. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sounding very critical, but I don't actually hate this game. But I dislike these things about it, just like I dislike them in Other M. But I don't hate the game for it. But Other M gets so much crap for doing these things, when Fusion did the same thing, and the fucking idiots loved it. You know, there are some people out there who say that Fusion is their favorite Metroid game. And I would not doubt that these same people also say, oh yeah, but Other M sucks. Why do you think Other M sucks? It's just like Fusion. It's a console version of Fusion. That's what Other M is. It's hypocritical to say that you like Fusion and hate Other M. But I will stop here, since we just saved, and I will go into more of this next time on Let's Play Metroid Fusion. See you later, folks.